What is game design is a question that I get asked very often, and I think a better place to start is explaining what game design is not. Game design is not graphic design. Game design is not about making the game look good. Game design is not about creating the characters. Game design is not about the game's story. It's a little bit about all of that, but at its core, it's not about any of that. I look at game design as the craft of making the rules and the constraints which define what the player experiences. I'll start off with an example. I think it's easiest to illustrate this with an example. Look at chess. Somebody decided that it's played on a 8x8 board of alternating black and white squares. Who decided that? That's a rule. Why not a 10x10 board? Why not a 3x3 board? There are these many pieces. A queen can move in any way. A bishop can move only diagonally. A pawn can move only one space at a time. You win the game when you checkmate the opponent's king. All of these are rules. That's nobody's saying the designer is making up these rules. The designer is saying what the chessboard looks like, or what it should be made of, or how it should be lit. It's only about the rules that define the player experience. Making that is what game design is. Why should you choose game design as a career? It's a complicated question. Most of the times my answer would be don't. Don't choose game design as a career. Unless you love games so much and you love making games so much that that's all you want to do. And then game design is the best job in the world. So if you're somebody who grew up playing games and you love games and you want to make games, then choose game design. And if you choose game design, then choosing a game design course helps you get the fundamentals right so that you can be successful once you're on your way into your career. The skills you would need to get into this course, first and foremost, is a deep love for games and a passion for games. You've got to love games. You've got to be playing games all the time. You've got to be thinking about games, critically thinking about games. You've got to be a fan and a lover of the craft. The second important thing is an open mind and a curious attitude. You've got to be curious about the world around you. What makes people tick? What makes something fun? You have to be interested in history, geography, science, art, math, music. Have a wide variety of interests and be curious about the world around you. And finally, analytical and critical thinking, to be able to look at a problem, break it down into its component parts, look at things from a problem-solving standpoint, being able to understand something as a system and approach problem-solving in a systemic and a critical way. The need for design is being recognized in the industry, and lots of new studios are springing up, and all of them are looking for good designers. So there is a lot of opportunity for game designers to go out there and get good jobs in the market. You could get hired as a gameplay designer, as level designers, as narrative designers, as systems designers. There's a lot of different opportunity for designers in the industry today. Or if you roll in a different way, it's a very strong foundation for you to kind of maybe start your own thing, make your own games, put your idea together, prototype something, and go out and maybe you'll raise money, or somebody will give you, a publisher or an investor will give you money to go out there and make your dream game. There's lots of opportunity today. Probably the best time ever in the history of the country to be a game designer. And if you're interested, I would suggest just jump in and go after it. At the Asian Institute of Design, we're approaching the game design course very differently. And how are we different is in that we've worked very closely with the games industry to design a course that actually trains game designers in the ways that helps the industry hire them. So if you were to come and join a course at AID, what you would get is a curriculum and an instruction and a set of skills and experiences that are in sync and aligned with exactly what the industry wants. And in fact, the industry has helped us build that curriculum. The industry helps us deliver the curriculum and teach. You will interface with people from the industry. You will learn from people from the industry. You will intern in studios in the industry, which just makes you much better equipped to then join the industry and start performing in your job from day one. In this way, since we're not working in an academic bubble, in a way that we're not focusing overly on theory and we're not kind of disconnected from the industry, because of the fact that we're so closely connected to the industry, we believe that you'll find our course is very different from anything else that you find in the market today.